Hi, welcome to Tarot Time. It's Sunday morning. If you're here live, if you're watching this as a video, I just give the live people a moment or two to get on and then we'll get started. So what we do is we do a week's forecast based on what comes up in the tarot and other divination tools that I'm going to use, as well as what's directly channeled from spirit. So we do a meditation card, 3-card spread, then I've got other tools. I've got a couple of new things for today also. Although I think I'm missing one of the old things. I'm missing Isis. I'm not doing Isis today, but I've got other new ones to take her place. I don't know why I don't have Isis, but I don't. All right. Anyhow, lots going on. So who's in? The MDR. Welcome, Claire, Suzette, Katie, Bluebird. Thank you, Billy. Hi, Claire. Oh, okay. I know I'm a little late. Again, a little bit of technology stuff with the camera and blah, blah, blah. Hi, Doreen. Hi, Roseanne. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Carla. Hi, Suzette. And if you guys haven't left already, happy birthday, Jody. Hi, Brooke. All right. Let me get going here. Hi, Archer and Stacy R. Welcome, Mr. Floyd. Yeah. I don't know where Isis is. She's hiding today. Sorry about that. We'll bring Isis back next Sunday for sure. I think I've got everything else in front of me. All right. So, I don't need my glasses right this second. I'll try to keep an eye on your comments also and keep the conversation going. Yes. Welcome to Mercury retrograde, tech issues. Yes. All of that's on the table right now. And, very good. And yes, Doreen, still. Oh yeah, we're not doing yoga time until Doreen recovers from whatever virus she's been having to deal with. So healing prayers for that. I mean, there's so many people that are going through a lot. People that are getting displaced. My brother Tony's going through terrible things with his health and his housing. So we'll send prayers out to him also. And hi, Meryl. And if I miss anybody else, I just missed you. It's not on purpose, I promise. All right, so we were really coming out of the Lionsgate portal energy now. We're coming into, or we're actually in the Perseids meteor shower, and I just did a post on that also that I used last year, but I had to change a few of the things for this year. And we're passing through the debris field. Oh, what's the comet's name? Comet Tuttle something or something Tuttle. Anyways, very activating for the third eye. So we come out of the Lionsgate portal, which is very hard, but it's very opening to our intuition, our higher senses. And then we come right into this next activation of our higher chakra. So you may have really crazy, intense, and vivid and lucid dreams during this period. I understand that that there's 1 to 2 meteors every minute during the peak from, I think it's midnight to 3 out of the constellation Perseus, I think is the name of the constellation for the Perseids meteor shower. So they'll generally be to the east, southeast, and yeah, so we've undergone a huge energetic shift, basically. So the energies have to reset now. So there's a good time to do lots of inner work, lots of meditation work, eat light, drink lots of water, let your energy fields reset. There's going to be more and more upgrades as we move through the year. And as it's been said through the master teachers, that we're experiencing a quantum leap in consciousness. And what they said in the channeling, I think it was the beginning of August or the end of July, or maybe even earlier in July, that we would have anomalous sky events when we really get into that. I mean, I haven't noticed anything that's been too out of the ordinary, considering everything's out of the ordinary right now. I mean, I know we went through a period of a lot of solar flares, not I think a couple approached X class, but it was just a series of a lot of solar flares, which is unusual even at the peak of the 11-year cycle of the sun. So there's a lot of solar codes being transmitted through the veils through the veils and into the collective human fields, basically. So we're accessing a lot through consciousness. It's changing our cellular patterns, it's changing our bodies, it's changing the way that energy's coming through our energetic fields and through our bodies. So we're changing, and we need not necessarily more rest, but quality rest, and to make sure that you're getting some downtime, doing some meditation, just allowing the flows to go through you. So when we're really upset and really, going, nuts, so and crazy about the world or whatever, or you're buying into all the negative programming, or the divide and conquer and arguing, we're not allowing the energy to flow through us. We've got to get present. We've got to spend each day in meditation, or some level of meditation where we're not thinking, we're just allowing ourselves to be aware, starting with our heart, starting with our bodies and our energy fields, our breath, and spending some time, because then these higher energies, these more subtle vibrations, begin to access us a lot more easily. When we're in conscious thought, we're basically putting up an armor. We're putting up I don't know if a veil's the right word, but a barrier, and not allowing these frequencies to get through as easily. So we have to be fluid. The mind's fluid when it's not thinking, when it's just experiencing, when it's just being present and allowing and being open. You can call on your guide, your higher self. When you open your heart and raise your vibrations, you're protected from lower frequencies, and you're also more immune to programming. So cultivate the heart. That's always the message around here. Presence in the heart, right? So we're going to jump into some tarot. There's a couple of other things. Lots going on in the news. A lot of it's being suppressed and veiled again because they don't want us to know what's going on. But there's so many inconsistencies, from the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, tons of inconsistencies in how somebody was, could get on a roof in pretty much plain view and take shots at the former president, to things that are very inconsistent with the pandemic and how that was handled, and foreign affairs, right down the line, and the economy, right? So we forecast August to be very up and down with the economy, very volatile. So we had a big crash. I think the biggest since COVID. Well, that's only 4 years, but it's still pretty significant. It'll go up, it'll go down. Just keep an eye on things. And I think a lot gets revealed in the corruption in some of the financial markets, whether that's the cryptocurrencies or other things. So I think a lot, gets opened up, and a lot. So, we're moving towards that quantum financial system where we can get our money back by gold or precious metals again. So it actually has some value. Right now it has no value. So the governments can do whatever the heck they want. It's just, digits on a computer, on a, what's the right word? On some cloud somewhere. That's not the word I'm looking for, but some database. That's the word that I'm looking for. Yeah. So what are you guys saying? Lots of corruption. Thank you. Hi, Blindly Inspired. Hi, Lakes. Hi, Laura. Self-care. Absolutely. Yeah. Very good. And then MDR saying, I'm trying to think a lot of it was staged. Yeah, I think you're talking about the assassination attempt. Certainly the circumstantial evidence would point to that. Yeah. And Yvonne saying corruption in the news. Show what they are paid to show. Yeah. You say Kamala was the vice president. Now they love her. Right. Well, that it's just kind of this focused, orchestrated hatred towards Donald Trump, and you may dislike his personality or his politics or whatever, but to have such focused venom against him, again, that's programming. We have to understand that the whole system is corrupt. So you're not to necessarily, I mean, yes, have a yeah, if there's an ideology or a candidate that you like, by all means support that person. No problems there. But at the same time, don't hate the other side or don't close yourself off to what they're saying. We've got to reconnect. We've got to form some unity. We can have different opinions. We can debate it. We can discuss it, but we can't attack. We have to get out of the mentality, because that's what the powers that want to control us and control everything want. So, that's the thing, critical thinking and intuition. I find that to be a very dynamic duo. Critical thinking, that's a lost art in today's world, right? And accessing intuition, another lost art. And we get all of that through practicing presence, practicing meditation, and really practicing compassion, opening the heart, being grateful, and practicing compassion. We still don't have to like the other guy and their ideas, but we're compassionate towards them, right? So that's the idea. What are you guys saying before I dive into the tarot? And Katie's saying, it's a process of truth. Sometimes it hurts. Truth can hurt. I missed the Matrix Resurrection and saw existence recently. And wow, speak of a story for us to remember. Okay, I'm missing that, but thank you. Golden Shields. What are you saying? He's an asshole. Okay, I don't know which one. Well, I guess if it's he, that would be old DT, number 45, and MDR. I don't care for either of them either, to be quite honest. Yeah, what is happening in the UK? Very good question. What is happening in the UK, Ireland, and Sweden? A lot's going on, but one thing that I've understood is that they're talking about giving prison sentences to people that post things on social media or other formats that they don't agree with, that they think it's fake news, or they'll use the excuse that it's misleading or damaging. What happened to free speech, right? What happened to that? Is that going to happen? Oh, thanks again, Suzette, for your generous contributions. We appreciate you. UK riots and misinformation. Yep. So we talked about riots around the world. I mean, I don't think it takes a psychic to pick up on that, just knowing the trends and everything, but still, that was part of the predictions. And Europe, certainly England's come up. Paris, obviously, with the Olympics has come up also. A lot of misinformation. What do we do about it? We stay in the heart. We connect with the teacher within. We may attract physical teachers or spiritual teachers, gurus, if you want to call it that. But that's the idea. Be open, be aware, be compassionate, keep developing your own spirituality, teaching where you can. Don't bother with people that are not reachable and teachable. I'm using a lot of restraint on social media now. I'm just imagine that. What a concept. There's something I don't agree with. I didn't fire off a negative comment. I just went to the next post. What a concept, right? So anyhow, let's do some tarot. Yeah, I'm just looking at your comments also. Yeah, so and I want to kind of share the wealth, so try to get everybody included here. So hi, Claire. Wish we could vote. Well, the years ago, this was the Bush Jr. and Kerry. Yeah, I think it was that. And I didn't like any candidates. There hadn't been a candidate I could vote for. So God knows when. So I did a write-in vote for Jerry Garcia that year. He was dead, by the way. By the way, happy birthday in heaven, Jerry. That happened on August the 9th. But it was a protest thing. I did a write-in vote for Jerry Garcia. But anyway, and this is interesting. Some say that the stories of Islamist attack are media stage. I would not be surprised. I know many people in those countries who think, yeah, staged or not, the human suffering and atrocities are real. And we talked about, I think this was the June psychic forecast. It may have been in the summer 2024. But we talked about Iran getting in on this global conflict. I'm not calling it a world war, I'm not calling it that, even though I'm using the words. And that's obviously happening. Yes, of course. And this is a good comment. Why two people? As it's now, wow, creepy. Just thinking Carrie isn't. Oh, it's Carrie, right? Yeah, Project Camelot and two other bushes. One was yeah. I mean, it doesn't change a whole lot. There was 9/11. I mean, significant evidence stating that it was known. We'll just put it that way. That it was known, it was imminent, it was coming. Inside job, there's evidence to support it, but we're just going to call that evidence for right now. We don't know for sure. But whatever the case, that happened. Then there's the Patriot Act. A lot of freedoms were whittled away with each one of these events, that happened. So we're seeing a lot of stories about UFOs. I mean, the real UFOs aren't covered as much as the fake ones from where I'm sitting. So what better way to have like a threat against the whole planet to centralize everything and take away more rights, just to protect this planet from the big bad aliens, the war of the world, basically. Meanwhile, the alien encounters that I've had have been very meaningful, very benevolent, and very enlightening. So most of them are good. I guess not all of them, from what I'm being shown, and what people that work with the extraterrestrial beings are saying also. But in any event, point being is that look out for 2026 for another pandemic, possibly. Timelines can change. There's a lot coming up around 2030, because there seems to be that the agenda, from what I'm understanding, is to have everything set in this new world order by 2030. They feel that's going to be a point of no return. So we have 6 years basically to make sure that stuff doesn't happen. Keep awakening. The best thing that you can do is continue in your spiritual process of awakening your world. That helps the collective. Then you know where to share, how to share. And we all have different assignments. Some of us will be at the picket lines. Others will be like myself behind a camera talking on YouTube and teaching. Other people may take people to sacred sites and do activations that way. So we all have our jobs, but we don't know that until we get more into our heart, raise our frequencies, expand our consciousness, clear the programming, and actually hear the voice of spirit, rather than all the clutter of the negative programming and the self-dialogue and self-chatter that we've been programmed to be in. Anyway, back to tarot, or we haven't even started tarot. Let's go into tarot. I guess it is tarot time, right? John Kerry there. Yeah, I don't even remember, but I think it was Kerry. Yeah. Yeah. Harder with aliens. Yeah, this is kind of tarot time. If you guys are new, it's kind of our community hangout also. So we go into the, what we should do? We should get the hell out of here. Yeah, all right. Sun conjunct Saturn, tug of war. Yeah. Wait, Sun is where Saturn? I thought Saturn was in Taurus. I must be mistaken. So Saturn's in Leo then. Okay. Leaves it. Okay. Yeah, talk about aliens coming to a dumpster fire. Yeah, thank you, MDR. Yeah, that's the thing. We've got to question everything, right? That's the thing. It doesn't add up. I refer a lot to Emperor's clothes here, because like it takes that one brave child. They look, the Emperor's got no clothes because they're just doing this stuff that's not logical, doesn't make sense. But people are so programmed, they're just following along anyway, right? Maybe two more worse hiding. They bring on the aliens. Yeah. All right, so let's do our meditation card. More thoughts and information may come up. I mean, it is very changeable times for sure. I'm seeing a lot of good cards. I'm doing the Strength card, which is Leo, the Ace of Cups, New Beginnings. love, romance, but any form of happiness and well-being. The Empress card popped in, which is Venus ruled. We need we're getting more infusions, I think, of divine feminine energy, which we really need to balance out the craziness. Because when the divine masculine is in its dark nature, it's very egoic and very control centered and based. So that's again only when it's in its dark nature. It's light nature, it's positive action, positive energy towards positive change and growth and all that good stuff. All right. So this would be, connecting to the energy to the week. We have a very intense full moon coming up on the 19th. So much going on and leading up to that I'm actually going to do a quick video on that probably tomorrow. I'll do it as an upload though, not as a live stream. All right, so let me clear my mind. Here we go. This is the one. Interesting card. So Justice card. It's about the balance. It's the sign Libra. It can have a little bit of a Saturnian vibe because Saturn's exalted through the sign. When it's in the sign of Libra, Saturn's exalted. It's about justice and fairness. But anytime you got, this is not really so much the pillar, right? But it's sort of a figure standing. I guess these are two pillars here, standing between the two pillars. Sometimes it's a test or something that we need to enter and get through, almost like a guardian to the portal, as it were, in a way. And in this case, it's justice, truth, and balance. So how do we meditate with cards? Like any other meditation, get present, relax, and open. I'm using the Morgan Greer deck, but you can, whatever cards you have, use yours or take a mental snapshot of this. So when you get really relaxed and open, set the intention you're going to step through the portal, because every tarot card is a portal unto itself, a shift of energetic frequencies, entering into a doorway or an entranceway into a different reality. So that's how I'm defining a portal right now. And meet the justice. That could be Mahat or Mahat, depending on how you pronounce it, one of the Egyptian gods. So I don't have my Isis oracle will cite Egyptian goddesses. Like we're in the season of Sekhmet, the lion goddess right now. The Lyran or the traveler from Vega. The cat and lion people come from. So you step in. What does this figure have to say? What's going to be just and balanced in your life? What still needs to be learned? What still needs to be balanced? So this could be a very powerful advisor. This kind of taps into crow medicine to the Native Americans, because they oversee all law, whether it's karmic law or human law or whatever it is. So it's really kind of a lesson, connected to that. Yeah, thank you. So what's Millie saying here? Thank you for that. So thank you. Hi, Chris. Welcome, Yvonne. If I didn't say hi to you yet, welcome, and Lakeside Laura also. If I didn't say, and red, green, purple, bright sun. Just one. I'll let you guys read this also. Very good. Grandmother Three Crow. Very good. So I have one of my guides is caused by White Wolf. So that, one of my native guides, and Mahat is very protective and proactive at the moment, holding the canopy of heaven over earth. Thank you for that. Also, very good. Love your guys' input. So back to the meditation. When you step into the car, when you're very present and you step in, the first thing is, what do you feel? And then, because every energy has a different feeling in our emotions, in our energetic fields, our thoughts too, for that matter. But what do we feel? And what else do you see as you step in? What gifts does the justice, the holder of justice and truth? Swords can represent truth. Scales can represent balance. In purple, which is Jupiterian energy, but red can be also Mars energy. It can be more active also. green can be more Venusian, and there's the X at the heart. So that's the cross is right at the heart. So your balance and justice may be available or accessible through the heart chakra as well. So anyhow, enjoy your meditation. Let's do a 3-card spread. See what comes up. Thanks for Bonnie. Thank you, Millie, for that, and thank you also MDR. See, we are mixing cards. So either way, we're still in the Lions Gate portal. We're in the Perseids portal also. Not too late to do the very powerful transmission that we did on the Medium channel on the 8th. If you want to reconnect with that energy, that's up on the channel as an upload. And it was a very powerful and a pretty long meditation. So today would be a good day for that. Just putting that out there. Once we trend, past the 11th, that portal, we start to pass out of that portal energy. But you can always bring that back by doing some meditation work or doing the guided meditation with the master teachers and Sekhmet. All right, so let me clear my mind and ask Spirit to pull. It's funny because I'm seeing like somebody pulling a wagon in my mind. It's got money in it. I'm wondering if this is about news about manipulation in the financial system that's happening. I want to say they're also showing me a gun, so there may be another, not necessarily against Trump, but there may be another assassination attempt, or we may get news of that. Yeah, I don't have my clipboard either, so. So there's a couple of things that I'm missing from today's tarot time. I usually have a clipboard to show you these cards. I don't today, so I'm going to do it this way. I'm not going to run off camera to find these things either. So the 3 cards we got are the 8 of Swords, which often represents restrictions and limitations. The World card, which is also, amongst other things, represents the planet Saturn. And yeah, this is opposite world on my screen. And then the 6 of Swords, but it's reversed. Let's see if I can hold these in a way that's easier for you guys to see. I think that this works. If I can get out of opposite land here. Yeah, we can see all 3 of them pretty good, right? Yeah, for me to hold them with my hand. All right, anyway, I think we get the idea. So maybe what I will do, now that we all see what we have, lots of swords, so swords can be stressful. The World, although that's generally taken as a good card, it's a completion. It almost looks like a portal inside of a wreath, so there's a victory dance that's going on. So I think a lot of news is coming. Yeah, I had my own kind of journey and portal experience. It was what night was it? 2 nights ago? I can't even remember. I'm still kind of foggy from it. I guess that was Friday night. Anyhow, a lot of insights came. Oh, you like this better than the clipboard? Oh. Cool. So 888 revisit. So 8 is also Saturn energy, Saturn ruled numerology. The World card is ruled by the powers of Saturn. Now the 6 is the Venusian, Venus energy, and it's reversed. Don't get taken off course. So it's especially important now to do heart meditation every week, whether it's chanting, heart brain coherence, whatever it is, to increase the frequency of the heart. Feel compassion, gratitude. They're saying as I'm talking that in order to really, because we're in an ascension process now, right? So we're ascending. Yeah, we're awakening. We're awakening to new levels. We're in this big quantum jump of humanity, and we're really arriving in new earth. We want to become multidimensional. We don't want to be bound by the 3-dimensional anymore. We want to transcend that. You get beyond the 4th dimensional even, although the 4th dimensional is sort of a gateway between the physical and the spiritual. So a lot of energy, prana, and chi flows through the fourth dimension before it affects the third dimension. But that comes from the higher dimension. So, long story short, without describing all dimensional realities, we have to be able to forgive. That's really one of the most important things in order to transcend the physical 3D. We have to. I'm hearing like Dolores Cannon in my mind because I saw a whole lecture about this not that long ago by her about how we have to be able to forgive, and a lot of us have had really, really miserable things happening, not easily forgivable. A lot of us have had very troubling or horrible childhood. We've had abusive partners that took everything from us, abusive bosses. We have to remember we signed up for this. We came into this matrix, this Maya, this illusion in order to learn and grow. And we signed up to have these experiences happen to us so that we can experience this for whatever reason, but we experience it to be able to transcend it and grow. It's a lesson in learning. So if we can understand that and forgive all of those that harmed us, it's going to be really helpful for your spiritual growth. It doesn't mean forget. I'm not about forgive and forget. I'm about forgive and learn, basically. I had an ex-boss from, I managed a small shop where I did readings and made candles. There was a lot of magic and Wicca connected to the shop. And then I got accused for stealing it and got fired. And it really, it really affected my life. It hurt my feelings a lot. It's completely false or whatever. Long story short, about 20 years later, the person who fired me sent me a friend's request on through Facebook. So I texted her, I messaged her. I said, this happened, and even to connect in this way, even to be Facebook friends, I would need a sincere apology first, basically, and then all would be forgiven and forgotten. Well, not forgotten, forgiven. I got that sincere apology, and we're friends again. And really, people are programmed. We have to have compassion. That's the second thing. We have to be in the heart. So we have to be able to forgive, and we have to have compassion and understanding in order to transcend into the next level. These cards are making me feel like a lot's going to be challenged, and we got the justice card earlier. A lot of our faith and our belief is going to be challenged by others and by the world. So we have to be able to do that and to be there. So what are you guys saying about that? All right, agreed, Yvonne. Yes, we grow. Yeah, absolutely, Yvonne. Yeah. Um, Very good. Um, your Ho'oponopono prayer, it really helps. That's very healing. That really helps for you. If you have, and if you knew Jody's backstory, that takes a lot to forgive everyone. Um, Thank you, Nelly. And what's this? Montauk allowed the stranger things allegedly. Wow, geez. That's interesting. Resurrection to say because metaphorically, few soul snatching, etc. That was really crazy in the Montauk Project, right? That whole time, and they're using radio waves to program people. Now they have Wi-Fi. They have 5G, so it's more sophisticated. This is in the 70s. They were using radio waves, and they were observed. That's just one of many facets of the Montauk Project. And my son's mom and Janice lived through that on Long Island and had some stories to tell. Um, yeah, so and Yogiji say forgive, but don't be stupid about it. Yeah, that kind of sums it up. So that and compassion, these are two qualities that we really need now if we're going to get out of this matrix and transcend into higher dimensional realities. And once we complete that process, we're not bound by karma. We're not bound by cause and effect anymore. We transcend it, but you have to learn the lesson first. I've seen work with teachers say, well, you do this and that and you won't have any karma anymore, but it's not going to work until you learn the lessons. Karma is about teaching. It's about growth. It's just the way the universe works. Everything has an energy, and everything flows in certain predictable manners if you understand the nature of energy. Karma teaches us that everything that comes around goes around. You throw a rock into the water, and sooner or later those ripples from the rock hitting the water are going to come back and lap up on the shore. So everything you do creates a ripple in time and space that has to come back to you in some way, shape, or form. Once you understand that, and you don't become a victim anymore, you become a warrior, then you create change. But it really starts by saying, well, I created this because it's happening, but I'm not accepting blame for it. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me less than. It's just what I need to learn and grow, right? And that's getting out of the victimhood and getting into the warrior mode, right? So anyway, so what else are these saying? Yeah, I think a lot with financial ups and downs, a lot of things going on in the world, a lot of news, the same old, but it's just getting more intense. And I'm seeing bombing, and I'm seeing somewhere that looks Western also. That may not happen this week, but in the next few weeks, we may get some attacks on the Western world. So, I think we're kind of gearing up to this and everything. And everything. Learn the lesson, forgive the mistake. Yes. And Suzette saying, I love Ho'oponopono. And Katie saying, yes, forgave who had done me wrong. Wondering if I was flipping thought to handle. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, forgiving, if you're just like turning the other cheek, I mean, that's fine for Jesus or somebody that's transcended the human experience, but we can't be victims either. Forgiving, should be with empowerment, right? And Yvonne's saying, when my dad was dying, I used to make him say oh, beautiful, to release the bitterness. Yeah, so he could transcend and despair much more gracefully. I love that. And then Mr. Floyd saying Aaron Dowdy has a bunch of videos on Ho'oponopono. I had Gail Lynn on. She talked about Ho'oponopono maybe about a year ago, who I met at Lilydale. So I have a video on here that she was teaching the practice also. That's a big one. Thanks for bringing up. Struggle with forgiving myself. So how do we do that? Acknowledging we're not perfect, acknowledging, that we've done certain things and made certain decisions under duress because we were greatly challenged. So that's a tough one. Ho'oponopono is going to help you to forgive yourself also, and doing your heart brain coherence is going to get you to that place to help consider yourself also. Rose quartz absolutely does help. Absolutely, yeah. And Laura saying, I have a feeling I will be learning a lot this full moon. Yeah, there's a lot of squares, squares and conjunctions around this full moon, and it's at that 27-degree point, which is the great liberator in Chaldean numerology of the sign Aquarius, which is about free thinking and liberation also, as well as groups. So a lot to talk about there. Yeah. So let me move on. I don't have my Native American card either. Said I went through quite the journey Friday night, and it was shamanic also. So it was very intense, and my I haven't quite landed yet, so my mind's a little bit scattered. But in any regard, this is the Salvador Dali deck here. And thank you to Adam and Yafrasi of Manifest Yourself channel for gifting me this extraordinary deck. And I love Salvador Dali. And I'm going to pull a card instead of the Native American card. I'm going to pull a heart tapping. Yeah, that helps. And I think it was Greg Braden, but one of the teachers I learned heart brain from coherence from would start by tapping the heart in order to the heart chakra in order to start the process. Heart brain coherence, for those that don't know, but most of you do because you watch my channel, is you really hold magnified gratitude, appreciation, compassion in your heart, and really get present and become very grateful for the now moment. And if you do that, you tap into the master frequency, the heart and the brain blend, and then you blend with spirit, and then you open up new fields of information, new gifts, healing, psychic gifts, connection to the world, connection to others. It's a beautiful, beautiful practice. It's also anti-aging, and it increases your immunity, according to empirical studies, mostly through Joe Dispenza and Heart Math Institute. All right, clearing my mind. Salvador Dali deck. So we got strength. So this is the Leo card. This is the Lionsgate card. So I'll bring this up closer because, this is Salvador Dali's artwork. It's quite beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. She's on the Joe Franklin show. Yeah. I was a little bit young to appreciate the Joe Franklin show, but I appreciate it now from knowing you more than ever. So anyway, so beautiful imagery. You see the lion, and we see the. I have to turn this around. Fuerza, beautiful fuerza. And open fully knowing miracles are not unique but normal. We have to understand miracles are, like you said, normal. And looks like a lot of floral design. It looks like the lined balloon has like an antenna. So this to me feels very Lionsgate portal. I think it's spiritual way of saying we're still in the portals. Do the meditation. Whether you do your own meditation, I mean, there's probably 1,000 on YouTube you can choose from, but my meditation is the best. I'm not too into my ego, right? I'm just teasing. No, it's not the best. It's just augmented, but with frequency by the master teachers and segment. They're all the best if they're genuine and good. All right. So anyway. Somebody's got to remind me. We had a retreat last weekend. Several of you were at the retreat, and I thank you for that. Who was it that gave me the gift of me the Moonology cards? Was it Andrea and Lorianne, or was it Brooke, or was it Millie, or was it Yvonne? Who gifted me these cards? I love them. Whoever did. Maybe one of you know. Not to say that I'm losing my mind or anything, but this was a very powerful Lionsgate retreat. We did a whole initiation, like a Lions initiation, channeled through me by Sekhmet and the master teachers. So the day that I got these was after not sleeping and teaching about 8 hours of classes. Oh, I don't remember who got them. Oh, it was you, Millie. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. I do love them. Yeah. I've been working with them. So let me see which one I picked for our message for us. I mean, we're coming into the gibbous moon. So when's the 11th day of the moon? That's important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The 11th day of the moon's on the 14th. So that's when, according to Yogi Bhajan, that's when our glandular system, our energy fields start to reset for the higher energies of the full moon, which is happening on the 19th. So we're in the I guess we're kind of in the first quarter now, almost exactly in the first quarter right now. So we're in that yin yang, half light, half dark phase of the moon right now. And then we come into the gibbous waxing moon after that. So the 11th day of the moon is approximately when the moon and the sun trine. So there's an astrological hit on that also. That can happen on the 10th, 11th, or 12th day of the moon, depending on what time of the day the new moon was. But in any regard. And what we got here is full moon in Gemini. So we're going to have the full moon in Gemini in December or late November. But the answers you need are coming. What a nice message for us. The answers that you need are coming. And again, a lot of the time the answers are in our heart. So it's not necessarily, 44 on the chat. Very good. Yeah, you remind me, say, if you like the video, like it. Maybe it'll go out to more people. Maybe it won't. They say that helps trigger the algorithm, but I don't know. So anyway, full moon in Gemini. Gemini is also a duality. It's a Mercury ruled. It's the mind. It's the brain. It's the nervous system, and all this stuff. I have a feeling at this new moon, even though it's an Aquarius, a different air sign. I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of us are going to get another activation. I think that's going to be another portal of awakening on this next full moon coming up. Yeah. Joe had over 300,000 guests. That's incredible. People gotta still, understanding your situation, people gotta remember 300,000 guests. And he forgot me. Just teasing. I was, God. I mean, I remember, seeing, his show. I think I was a child, basically. Maybe a teenager. Liked and shared. Thank you, Divine Tarot Readings. Thank you so much for being here. So we have other divination tools here. Let's go. I did remember Kyle Gray's deck. This is the Divine Masters deck. I think I've got the right one. This is a gift from Doreen of Children's School of Yoga. And even though I don't have the Isis Oracle deck with me, that was a gift from Mr. Floyd Channeling, from Josh, who does Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain channeling. And Saint Germain interviewed me, so he channeled and asked some interesting questions, and they talked for a long time answering those questions. But it turned out to be a good interview. That's not on my channel. It's on Mr. Floyd's channeling channel. So if you're not subscribed there, you may enjoy that. He does daily channelings there. All right, so need a second to clear my mind and to stop talking. Lady Venus, light activation. So that's a very Empress energy of the tarot. Call to action, power surge, Earth mission. And there's a lot of light streaming in. So my feeling is one of the things that I'm getting from the Ascended Masters to this card is to go out and get your light get your light code activation. You don't have to stay out in the sun too long. Ultraviolet light and solar radiation is actually good for you. Too much obviously isn't. You don't want to get sunburned, obviously. But that said, don't buy into like hiding behind sunscreen or whatever, so hopefully that's not saying that's not going to get this video flagged or whatever, because I know they want people to believe don't get any sun, cover yourself up all the time. No, that's your vitamin D, basically. Yeah, that's the best source of vitamin D through ultraviolet light and sunlight. But we also get, we're getting a lot of light code activations through this Lionsgate portal, through the Presage, through this full moon. I think this is reminding that there's a lot of energy streaming through the solar consciousness, activating our consciousness, activating our dormant DNA, awakening it. And you know what? The beautiful thing is you can be inside and receive these codes, because it's gamma, it's neutrinos. Neutrinos are so tiny, they can pass through your entire body without touching a single atomic nuclei in your body. That's how small neutrinos are. So they go through your walls, they go through your ceilings, and they affect everything. And I do believe that through the neutrinos, there's coded information that act on our energetic field and our DNA. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing. A lot of energy streaming in. And Venus is of the heart also, right? It's about love. It's about, security, beauty, all that kind of stuff. Feels like 97 here at Tampa Bay. So only go out for a few minutes after you take a cold shower or sit by the pool. Again, we don't want, we want to recognize that too much ultraviolet radiation is not good for you, but I think too little is not good for you also. I mean, I'll put it this way. There's a reason why northern people have very light skin and people that are naturally around the equator are dark skin, because it's, the sun, nourishes everything, right? So anyway, yeah, again, taking off the sunglasses, getting a little bit sun in the eyes, but again, everything in balance. Too much UVs in the sun. That's probably why I needed cataract surgery. In my early 60s, I had cataract surgery, which is relatively young, but I was in the sun so much in my life without sunglasses. So again, everything in balance, right? That's very Libra and very Venusian. So anyway, moving right along. That's a good message. Frequency of the week to the Sacred Geometry Oracle deck. And thank you. I want to post this because during studies, this Lady Venus card, you are here for a mission. You will make great change, help heal, help others. That's a beautiful message. I appreciate that. Wear, you say wear sunglasses. So that's Jody's advice. We don't want to ruin our eyes, but we still want to get some light into our eyes also. Katie, local in New York, Mr. Floyd's Forget a Woman I listened to for years now, has a Blu-ray update on info downloads. Indeed, our ideas are flowing. Maybe summer 18 or 19, the video was new. Felt radiation from UV. Wow, yeah. So it's interesting. You get a little bit of UV through the roof. I think you get more of the gamma through the roof, right? Rewrite our contract and reducing. Yeah. We have to learn to rewrite we have to learn the lessons of our contracts in order to rewrite them, but we can absolutely do that. And there's no reason not to, because go to the Akashic or do whatever meditation that you do to shift your vibration so you can be able to understand your contacts to rewrite them, and either it'll work or you'll get messages. Well, you still have to do this before this can happen. So anyway, frequency of the week. Oh, thank you, Laura. So long this week. There we go. So this is the frequency we got. Allowance, and this looks very solar also. So reminding us, Leo's the season of the sun, right? I mean, the sun's the strongest in the northern hemisphere at the end of Gemini and the beginning of Cancer season, but this is the sign that rules the sun. So allowance, yes. It's like, I want my allowance, Mom. No, just kidding. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. So you can get messages just by gazing at the sacred geometry. But this reminds you the second thing that we need in order to have our initiation, so that we can transcend the 3D and go into higher dimensional realities, whether it's new earth, whether it's more the belief that the earth's going to split in two and we want to be in the higher timeline. And again, I'm hearing Dolores Cannon in my mind saying this, but we have to be fearless. So I forgot what the first one was. Oh my God. Well, that's earlier. That was earlier. The first one, I think, it was around forgiveness and fearlessness. We should only have fear when our lives are in danger. If there's a tiger chasing you or a lion chasing you, I mean, knowing me, I would want to pet the kitty myself. But if it was licking its chops and chasing it after me, then it's fine to feel fear. That's a natural survival instinct. But we should not have fear in our lives. We need to learn how to be fearless. We need to learn how to be warriors. Fear is programmed. It's taking a survival instinct, and it's basically programming. It's hijacking that emotion in order to feel that when during other things, like when you're seeing a negative post on social media, or or you have to confront your partner or your boss or whatever it is. So we need to learn how to be fearless. And the best way I can think of it is acknowledging our fears and doing what we need to do anyway. It's almost like a neuroplasticity or a or like a mental rehearsal thing. The more we act fearless, even when we feel fear, the more we purge that fear, basically. So that's the other thing. Yeah. Uh, oh, okay. So thanks for pulling on Isis. So what do we get for the Isis card? The scales of balance. So again, another thing. We got the Justice card earlier, right? A lot of that ma'at, that balance energy. It will be up in about 20 minutes. You can go on the Mr. Floyd channeling channel and get the Isis card that we missed on Tarot Time. You can get that there. For all my Libra, and I'm a Libra, so you pulled that for me. I can't help it to be touched. All right. So my original voice teacher was from Missouri. Was that Missouri or Missouri? Wait a second. She used to say, I'm from Missouri. You got to show me. The show me state. Yes, I used to live in Oklahoma for a brief time. The Sooner State. So they named the state after a bunch of thieves. But that's. I still love Oklahoma. I really do. Even though it's mostly farmlands, I love the Wichita Mountains. That was the highlight. Doing vision quests in the Wichita Mountains, seeing the bison. This was in the the early '80s, one of the first places that the bison roam free. I rode my bike from Norman, Oklahoma, against a 35-mile-an-hour headwind. So I had to, the 50-mile bike ride that I should have been able to do in a day took me 2 days. So I pitched a tent on the edge of a farm late at night. As soon as the first light came in, I put that tent together so that nobody would arrest me for trespassing. Went there. Did my vision quest for 3 days, just water, no food, just water. Had my vision, and there was a longhorn ram that was just about 200 yards from my tent where I pitched. Didn't move for 2 days. The third day he left, but he stood there for 2 days. And there's this little rock that I sat on top, and I had this vision of a bunch of hippies that were there in the 60s, smoking weed, and I could see them. The energy was still in that rock of this group that was there. It was wild, basically. So I loved Oklahoma. I met Bob Field, who was a Native American. I think he was Pawnee, and I learned a lot from him. I was with Bob Vetter, another Bob who was a friend of mine, and he invited me out to Oklahoma in the first place. So I really like it there. Anyway, now, maybe if I ever go back to Oklahoma. Very good, yeah. Rogers and Hammerstein, yeah. Very good, yeah. Yeah, prayers for you, Jody. That rock got stoned, literally, yeah. Yeah, I was a pretty avid weed smoker at the time, but I left all that behind. I was on Vision Quest for 3 days. When I got home after riding it was easy going home. I had the wind in my back. I made that 50 miles in about 6 or 7 hours, I think. All right. Emily got the Pyramid of Light. That step your vibration deeper into love. Thank you for that. Also. All right. I have the medicine card, so I don't have my Native American tarot, but I do have the medicine cards. Let's get our totem animal. Now this is long today, although we usually go for an hour now. This started as a half hour, and then I felt bad it was going longer, but you guys were saying no, we like it longer, so I was like, all right, I'll do it longer then. All right, so let me clear my mind. So I'm seeing the bison in my mind, but I was thinking of buffalo. But I didn't get a buffalo. I got a porcupine. I mean, I can think of two meanings for porcupine. One, I can think of communication because they used to make pens out of porcupine quills. And the second is like protection. Porcupines are very sweet energy. I believe they're on the south of the medicine wheel, which is innocence and trust. They're very sweet, but if you mess with a porcupine, you watch out. Do I have the book with me? Yeah, number 12. So it keep your have your shields handy. I'll put it that way. We need our shields in the world today. If you're spreading the light, the darkness is going to try to stop you. The dark tries to shadow the light. The light tries to shine the light and eliminate the shadows, right? But they're two parts of the same whole. One can't exist without the other. So porcupine innocence is the meaning here. And the south of the medicine wheel is a place of childlike innocence and humility. It is the home of playfulness and the position of porcupine on the medicine wheel. These special qualities, such as the very powerful medicine, the power of faith and trust. So they're kind of taking that into it. Trusting that Great Spirit has a divine plan. So that's part of the medicine also. And it's your path to find a pathway that's beneficial for you, that you use your greatest talents to further your plan. Trust can open the doorways to creation of space. You would immediately notice the quills are not only used when trust has been broken, are only used when trust has been broken. So it's a warriorship thing. When trust has been broken, you need to do what you need to do in this world, right? To protect and preserve that innocence of trust. If we're empaths, we have to be able to protect and preserve our abilities and our right to be sensitive and empathic. So have porcupine quills. You can do meditation, and I use that if I know I'm under psychic attack and my spirit mirrors aren't working, if my walls aren't working. Next thing I do is the porcupine quills, and when the energy comes close to me, that always works for me. So maybe I have porcupine medicine. Yeah, so porcupine possum are also rough looking yet docile. Be the honey badger you wish to see. Oh, I like that. Yeah, because badgers are more aggressive, but they're all the same family, right? And discernment, discernment's a good word for that. And I've been feeling wanting to bring self and daughter to Amish 12 Club, Libra, Ades, balance energies. No, it was very nice. Yeah, where I live, where I used to live, I was a mile from Bruderhof encampment, which is a little bit like the Amish. They're different. They're German descent, I believe. But the Bruderhof are really beautiful people. Also, yeah. Oh, there's this Karen. Was that at the Crystal Shop? Was that at in Woodsboro at a Crystal Connection, or is that a different crystal shop? A Love Bubble, yeah. Gerard, oh yeah, the prayers for Gerard, prayers for Joe, and everybody that's on the spirit side that we want to honor. Lots of prayers for them also. The portals are pretty open, so the communication can happen pretty easy. So I also have messages from the angels. We'll do a quick. It was Crystal Connection, beautiful, yeah. Thanks, Doreen. Yeah, I did years ago I read at the psychic fairs there. The only show I do now is in Oneonta, the ship fair, because I'm friends with the people that run it. Other than that, I'm too busy. Kind of miss the atmosphere, but a little busy these days. All right, so anyway, clearing my mind. Found my card. Archangel Michael. So this, Archangel Michael, bring Archangel Michael into your heart. And then, we feel more powerful when Archangel Michael's around, because he's the chief of the angels and everything. And the message here is I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine purpose. It really takes a lot of courage. Again, be fearless. Remember, fear is just a survival instinct. We're not supposed to feel fear from the world, from other people, from our bosses, from our partners, from our family, from reading things and all that stuff. That's programming hijacks the emotions. When we're locked in fear, we cut ourselves off from spirit and our higher self. Basically, the art of the warrior is to be able to face life-threatening situations and cultivate the fear emotion, not in a way that cuts us off from spirit, but actually it enhances our connection to spirit. That takes training. Martial arts, is the path for that, or one of the paths anyway. So anyway, that's basically what I've got for you. Some really good messages. This is an intense period we're in, and we got some intense cards and messages. Don't be surprised by much. We may see things, with the economy up and down, things that the government brings out, things that get disclosed because the whole house of cards is falling now. And truth is what's going to emerge out of the ashes. That's, we're in the phoenix time. We're in the towers falling. It's the phoenix time. So out of the destruction of the old facades comes this beautiful golden phoenix, a pure light of rebirth. This is where we're heading towards, a new earth. It's a rebirth of humanity and consciousness, basically. But we got to get through this. Open the heart, be with compassion, forgive those that forgive, because you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting the other person by carrying a grudge. We signed up for this. They, remember what Jesus said on the cross. Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do. People are programmed. They don't know what they do when they harm us. So we have to forgive them, and we have to be fearless. Be the warrior. And then you'll be given initiation. 14 people got initiated. 15, including me, got initiated through Sekhmet, because we were at that point. We'll do next year. We'll probably do another one for the next wave of people that are ready for that initiation. Some of you that weren't there physically, I'm thinking of you, Josh, but people that weren't there physically, you may have gone through initiation also, even though you weren't physically there, because you're part of the group, so to speak. So anyway, that's what I got for you guys today. Hang in there. We'll be back on Sunday. I think Thursday I'm going to do a live stream about the full moon. Tomorrow I'm going to do a quick video about the 19th. So we'll do that. Also, I have a Patreon group, Spirit Mind Family, where we do stronger and deeper transmissions with the master teachers. They work with me, with my energy fields, and they work with your frequencies to assist you with your upgrades. You can transcend and awaken more gracefully, with less, more rapidly, more gracefully, with less challenges and problems. So they're working with us now. So we do those, and we have it's Healers and Healing Month. September is going to be Dream Month. There's we do a topic every month. We do different videos that are exclusive to exclusive to that format. Meditation of the month that I don't share anywhere else, only on Spirit Mind Family. And we do Zoom meetings also, where we can connect as an inner community. So some of you are members already. If not, it's Spirit Mind Family Patreons. It's $5 a month to join. You can join for free, but you get all the good stuff for $5 a month. And I'll leave information on the pinned comment, as I always do. Oh, very good. So it's very good. So and Mr. Floyd, that's what I say. You've channeled Segment a few times, so I think you get your initiation. Not everybody, gets it in the group, and there's different kinds of initiation. But it's interesting with that retreat. I'll just quickly, then I'll finish up. It's going to be a power attunements retreat. And I had a whole program, and then Tuesday before the retreat, they came through and said this is going to be a Lions initiation. And the people that are coming, we've chosen them, and all this stuff, and then some of the classes were still relevant, but a lot of them I had to change. We did a lot of channeling, a lot of stuff, and then Jared, who I don't think he's with us in spirit from Who the Channel, did a beautiful fire homa for us. So he works a lot with the Vedic energy, with yoga, and very, very enlightened soul. So he did a beautiful ceremony for us. That's on his channel, on Who the Channel. So anyway, and some of you were able to join. Yeah, so some of you were able to join with us. They couldn't be here physically. All right, so we're an hour and 10 minutes. This has been a long one. Love you guys. And thanks for being here. Thanks for being with us. And yeah, again, like the video if you liked it. If you're new and you like what we do here, feel free to subscribe and join us for more live streams and more videos and short videos. I do all of them. Lives, long form, short form. I'm kind of like what's the right word? Almost like not a cornucopia, but kind of like a pick and choose of spirituality. Like when I was getting on YouTube, they're saying you need to have a small niche and blow up in that niche. I didn't really listen. I just anything in spirituality goes. So the channel never blew up, but it's slowly but surely it's grown. Anyhow, love you guys, and ending for real now. End stream.